Blast off! Right. Okay, so we're Facebook Living with Bari Ed.
Hello.
How long you been here now?
So this would be day 5.
Day 5.
Yes.
And you came all the way from where?
From London in the United Kingdom.
Cool.
So it was a 19-hour journey to get here.
19-hour journey.
Yeah.
And then you taxied straight from the airport to here.
Yes, so that was probably the easiest option, which cut a couple of hours out. But yeah, I went straight from a taxi to here. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is your first time in Mexico?
First time ever being here. Yeah.
Great. Overall, what's your impression?
Yeah, really enjoying it. Obviously, the weather's great. I think it's good that I've come to the Bosque village, because this is something like totally different to what you'd expect of Mexico, for me, in my opinion. So it's been great getting to see all like the way that you lived here, and then getting to go to like the local towns, which is probably in the towns where we've been to is more like true Mexican like villages, which is probably better than if I'm going to like big cities, which is probably built up for more tourists. So I think that's great for that.
No, this is real Mexico. Yeah. You're in Michoacan, the alma de Mexico, the soul of Mexico, and you're getting a taste of what most people don't get. A lot of people go to Mexico, they go to Cancun or resort or something.
Of course,
But we're in rural Mexico, and you're here specifically to focus on food.
Food, yeah. Well, I think what you just said is very true. Where people go to Cancun, they think they've been to like Mexico, but that again is built up for tourists. It's in resorts. So I think the whole purpose of like getting to come on this trip was I wanted to make sure I come to an actual real Mexican. I got a real Mexican experience, and seeing the true Mexican like towns that I've been told about, because I'm here obviously to do like a food sort of trip and discover all the different types of food, because I work in a Mexican restaurant in London. So yeah, in that sense, it's been great for me to explore and see all the actual food.
So you're in a Mexican restaurant, but in London.
In London, yeah.
And what kind of restaurant is it?
So basically, it's the owner used to live in Mexico, and she worked out in Mexico for years, and she really just loved the whole Mexican market feel. When you go to the market, there's loads of hustle and bustle, and people are making the food in front of you. All the women are gossiping, and all that kind of like, I don't know, the excitement of it all. So she wanted to bring that into London. So our restaurant is like Mexican street market. That's the theme of it. So it's not Tex-Mex or anything like that. It actually does true like taquitos. It does empanadas, quesadillas, tacos, all the real stuff that you get on a street market in Mexico.
Fantastic. Well, if I went to a Mexican restaurant in London, I guess I'd go to yours.
Yeah.
Because it's true. Like around here, I mean, there's so many different varieties of food, and it's very regional. So it makes sense that they send you here to do some research.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm hoping you can go back and like introduce some new ideas.
Yeah.
So we've been eating. For 5 days we've been eating a lot. And so what have you eaten?
So I think what you were saying about like bringing new ideas back is great, because obviously some of the stuff that I've tasted that we have on our menu, like quesadillas, I've tried that. Tostadas, I've tried that. But things that I haven't had to try in London that's not on our menu was like the tortas that we tried.
Tortas. I'm a big fan. Basically, it's kind of a Mexican sandwich. It was awesome. It was sort of, you could tell it was Mexican because there was loads of different flavors all happening inside it. So that was great. We also tried, was it avocado ice cream? Avocado ice cream. Yeah. That was my first time for trying that.
Well, I was a bit hesitant because I was like, avocados, ice cream, is that going to work? But only in Mexico, I suppose, and it actually was like amazing. It was so good.
I really like that, and we found that in Uruapan. We went to the biggest craft fair they have in Uruapan, and maybe in Mexico or Latin America. I don't know. They had all these crafts.
Yeah, it was loads of stuff.
Yeah, it was just crazy amounts. And part of that kind of festival was a prepacha food thing. So we went there and we ate the indigenous food that in some cases they've been making since before the Spanish arrived. So that was pretty fun.
Was good if you had to try the indigenous food as well, because that's something that I definitely wouldn't be on our menus.
Right.
So I think that was good to try. I can't remember the name of the thing. It was like wrapped in a
corundas.
Corundas. So that was that. I think that was the day in the Rupan that we tried that. So yeah, that was great. And what else have I tried? I had that drink, which was like crushed ice with tamarind. They had loads of spices. And they had actual tamarind in it as well.
Yeah.
And then hot sauce, lime, orange juice. Again, it's all these flavors that obviously back in London you'd be like, no, that's not going to go. You put like obviously all the savory stuff, but then like oranges are quite sweet. the tamarind has like a bit of sweetness, and then you've got like spice. But that was awesome. It was so good.
Now those are called raspadas.
Ah, that's it.
Now the truth is, I'm not very adventurous with my food. I would eat the same thing every day. But that's one of the advantages of having people come in is they actually encourage me to go and explore.
Of course, and try different things.
Yeah, the raspadas were cool. Now we're going to be making some food also in the next days here.
Yes,
we'll be making variations of Mexican food here in the Bosque. So we'll have some fun. And then today we're going to go and we're going to bake bread.
Yeah, that'll be a good experience as well.
That'll be in a traditional bread oven. You folks watching this video, you can check out the other videos we're doing because we just published him arriving, and we've got a whole bunch more great videos on the way. You can find those on YouTube. I put things on Quora, and of course Facebook as well.
Yeah, like one of my favorite videos that is going to be uploaded is I got to actually go back one of the street markets, go behind the actual stall with the ladies that were doing the food, and they let me cook and make the quesadillas right from scratch. So we were able to like obviously like roll out the for the tortillas, use the machines that they used, and then they had like 19 different like sort of toppings or flavors to put inside it. So look out for that video. I think it's going to be a really good one.
Yeah, and that's one of the advantages of me having been here so long is I have friends in town, and so all we had to do was ask and say, hey, can this guy learn how to make tortillas and quesadillas with you? And they're like, cool.
They're so friendly, so open to it, which is great. Because I think sometimes in London they'd be a bit, no, the health and safety, which it doesn't exist out here. So I think it's great that they're very open and they're welcoming. And again, that's from my restaurant. What our leader, our owner, she always said like Mexico's very like that. They say hello all the time. They're so welcoming. So I think it's great that I've been able to not only experience the food, but also the culture and actually the way that they are as people. Yeah, and that's fun for me too because we have a lot to learn about food. Yeah, and of course one of the interesting things is the sustainability aspect of it. Of course, here in the Bosque, we're thinking about all the ingredients we use, how we can grow our food. Yeah, how should we have a culture of how we eat? Where does the waste go from that? Yeah, and I guess in the restaurant they also are very focused on that. Well, yeah, our restaurant is one of the sort of the leaders of back in London for them being sustainable. So we have the same. I think that's what linked me with the Bosque as well, because I wanted to see how sustainable you are out here, and if there's maybe ideas that we aren't using in London that we could take from here. Yeah. But some of the things that we do is like all our the buildings, it's all recycled wood, all recycled furniture. We have like the pig idea, so all our food waste, which is what you do with your food waste, goes to your chickens. Right. Our food waste goes to the pigs that we buy. So we're very responsible when it comes to understanding that loads of food gets wasted daily. So yeah, we use that and give it to the pigs. And then all sort of our ventilations, it sort of recycles the air and pushes it back through. So I could go on for days of the kind of stuff that we do, but yeah, we are sustainable as a company, which is great. Right, and the restaurant is called Wahaca. Yeah, and that's a Mexican state, but the Mexican state is Oaxaca. But yours is spelled how? So yeah, for less confusion, because in London something beginning with O, it would just be so you wouldn't go Wahaca, so it'd be really confusing. So we spelled it phonetically, so it's Wahaca, so Wahaca. So it sounds the same, it's just spelled differently. But it is named after the state of Oaxaca. You got quite an accent, dude. You're originally from Ireland, right? Yeah, from Ireland. So you got a thick Irish accent there. So in my English, that would be W-A-K. No, W-A-C-A. I'm getting confused. Sorry, W-A-H-A-C-A. Okay, wow. W-A-H. Yeah. So you say hitch. I say H. W-A-H-A-C-A. Yes. Okay, cool. Yes. So they have actually a chain of restaurants focused on sustainability and real Mexican food, but in London. Yeah. That's great. Dude, it's been a pleasure having you here so far, and we are not even close to done yet. Thank you, folks, for joining us on the adventure. I hope you enjoy all the work we're doing here. It's very serious work. In this case, it's serious and tasty. Yeah, exactly. All right. Thanks. Bye. Adios.